My daughter said my ex-husband is doing well post-divorce, after I left him for my affair partner. I'm 39 female and now married to my ex-affair partner, 42 male. We made it official after I left my husband for him, and we've been together for 5 years, married for 4 years. My ex-husband had a high-pressure job, which contributed to me having an affair. He was an amazing partner in many ways. He helped around the house. We went on regular date nights and everything else was good except for the intimacy. I met my affair partner, let's call him Ben, when I was 34, and 7 months later, we started the affair. It was unexpected. I was drawn to him in ways I hadn't felt in years, and the chemistry between us was undeniable. Things seemed perfect at first, but after we got married, reality set in. You could say karma caught up with me. The first 2 years were smooth, almost like a dream. We lived comfortably off the money I received from my ex-husband, and both of us worked. But when the pandemic hit in 2020, everything changed. Ben's work dried up, and I became the primary breadwinner. I worked 2 jobs, and we barely scraped by. We were fortunate my parents helped us during this tough time, but not much improved. I had to sell the house and car, both from my previous marriage, and we downsized into a cheaper place while I worked on starting a business. Things started to get better, but 4 months ago, I discovered Ben had been secretly withdrawing money from our savings. When I confronted him, he lashed out and accused me of being untrustworthy because I cheated on my ex-husband. Ben had been single when I met him, but now I see the cracks in our relationship. He used to help around the house, but now he spends all his time playing video games and meeting friends at bars. Recently, I learned that he's been cheating on me with a waitress, which devastated me. I don't know what to do. We can't afford a divorce, and my life feels like it's unraveling. Ben recently quit his job, and I'm struggling to make ends meet. My ex-husband and I have a 13-year-old daughter, and she tells me her dad is doing great. They even went on a vacation to Paris. I don't know why, but hearing this hurts. It makes me realize I never gave him closure. He knows I cheated on him. And now seeing the life he's built without me, I feel like I ruined everything. I told him everything. The divorce was simple since we both agreed. He would get primary custody of our son, and I would keep the house and car while spending 5 days a month with him. But now I can't stop thinking about my ex. I don't know if it's guilt, love, heartbreak, or if I just want to reach out to him. I think about him constantly, but he never contacts me unless it's about our son. I haven't seen him in almost 2 years. I know I'm the worst person, and my life is falling apart, which is well-deserved because I cheated and hurt a good man. Just to clarify, I didn't leave my son. My ex-husband begged me for primary custody because his job was so demanding. I just wanted the house, but we made a deal where he gave me money. The car and the house in exchange for primary custody. I feel guilty. Yes, but do I want to go back to him? No. I know it wouldn't be the right thing to do. I destroyed him and I'm guilty enough already. Now he's rebuilt himself and I'm proud of him. My life is a mess and it's all my fault. I can't help but think about him because I miss him. I want a conversation. Nothing more. But the fact that the man I left him for is now cheating on me with someone else is killing me. Taking his money, car, and house seems like the worst part now. I could understand everything else, but to treat him that badly and now want him back? I don't deserve any sympathy. Having an affair is one thing, but treating my ex like an ATM after all I put him through, that was part of the deal. He really wanted primary custody, but because of his demanding job, he knew it wouldn't happen. So he offered me everything: money, house, car, in exchange for custody of our son. It wasn't my idea, it was his. I told him over and over again that I didn't deserve any of his time because I'd already screwed him over. I know nothing can change this. I just keep thinking about him. Everyone makes mistakes, but at least I've learned. I need to focus on my life and improve. I should apologize to my ex, but I need to move on, thanks. My affair partner sounds like a total loser. I don't understand why. If I left my husband who seemed like a much better person, I can't leave the man who's now a lazy, cheating mess. I don't get why anyone would choose a man who plays video games like it's a job, doesn't work, and doesn't contribute. He wasn't like that when we had the affair. When we went legit, he was confident and supportive. But now he's completely different and it's ruined everything. Maybe he hid these toxic traits from me while being the charming, dependable guy during the affair. He's toxic now and I need to cut my losses and move on. Honestly, I didn't want to get into this because it's harsh, but I essentially traded my son for assets and now I have neither. My parents might be able to help me get back on my feet. If I were you, I'd move in with them and stay single for a while. I hope you get the help you need to move past this. Whether through friends, family, or therapy, you need to be real with yourself about how bad this relationship is. Good luck moving forward. No one ever says it, but when men become weekend parents, there's little moral outrage. It's just assumed that the mother has more value than the father. But in this situation, it was a rash decision. I'm materialistic, narcissistic, and made a terrible choice. If I posted before the divorce, this group would have egged me on. I didn't trade my son. I still see him. I told my ex I cheated and wanted to leave. He begged me for primary custody. Do you think it was easy for me? I already shattered him enough. Do you think I would have gotten primary custody of our son while he got the assets? And 50-50. Ownership of the house? Things would have been complicated. I didn't want to mention our son in this post, but I already feel like the worst person, and I'm getting shredded online and in real life. My life is falling apart. I'm working 2 jobs and basically supporting my cheating partner. Do you think it's easy for me? I deserve it. I deserve all of it because of the foolish decisions I made. When reality hits, you see how much crap you're taking on. It's awful, and I know I destroyed my ex in every possible way. I didn't trade. It was he who offered me the house and the car in exchange for primary custody. He literally begged me for it. What would you have done if you were in my position? Fought him for joint custody, even after he begged you? Even after he offered you everything? Promising not to tell our son anything about my affair? I know what I did was wrong, and it's way harder for me than it is for you to admit. Even after everything, he's still my son. I never gave up on him. Yes, I made foolish decisions, and now I'm paying the price for them. Edit, apologies for the grammar errors. I'm not from the US. I applaud you for admitting your mistakes. If you're smart, you'll get rid of Jay from your life not for your sake, but for your son's. Kids should never be used as a bargaining chip. It's better to survive infidelity than to live with it. You used your husband like an ATM. You had an affair and you lied to him. Now you realize the grass isn't greener. The guilt is hitting you hard. You're comparing the life you have now to the one you had, realizing that you were happier with your family than with someone who mistreats you. The list goes on. I don't mean to sound harsh, but you asked for honesty. I'm not here to crucify you, but since you wanted the truth, here it is. If you want solid advice, either join that sub or see a therapist. Both will give you the same answers, one through brutal honesty, the other through hours of painful self-reflection to help you understand where you went wrong and how to improve. Everything people assume about adulterers seems rolled into this chaotic situation you've described as your life. I hope others know this doesn't represent all of us. Logically, I understand there may have been some deep issues in your life that led you here, but all I can think about is how much my heart hurts for your daughter. That said, I'm not hopping on the hate train. You need help, seriously. Talking therapy could be a lifeline. I'm diagnosed with both BPD and bipolar 2, so I get it. For what it's worth, I'm sorry things turned out this way. I'm sure this wasn't the life you envisioned. We all make mistakes. I truly hope you find happiness. You're thinking about your ex, because you've realized the grass isn't greener. Not trying to be judgmental, but why did you give up primary custody of your daughter? I wanted to fight for custody, but my husband begged me not to take her. I had already messed up badly, and didn't want to destroy him further. I never wanted the car or the money, I just wanted the house. That was my only demand, but he was the one who made the offer for primary custody. I agreed because I thought taking our daughter too would completely break him. That's all in the past now. You can only move forward and focus on being part of your daughter's life as she grows. Maybe repairing the relationship with your ex-husband is worth considering, but only if both of you are open to it. I'm sorry, OP, but you have to face the consequences of your choices. Your story is a testament to how the grass isn't greener on the other side. I'm being honest here. I have no sympathy for you. You earned this outcome. And you need to accept that your ex-husband is never going to take you back. That's not an option. You'll have to figure out how to rebuild your life and make your own money. That said, I'm genuinely happy your ex-husband is thriving. The only commendable thing you did was give him primary custody of your daughter. It's good that you're in therapy now, and I hope your ex-husband and daughter heal from this. I also hope you find your own path to healing. Thanks for sharing your story. Here are the worldwide comments of the day. 1. The audacity of the mother. Just because the mistress caught her karma doesn't mean OP suddenly gets to play the victim. She didn't care while breaking her ex-husband's heart and starting a new life. No sympathy here. 2. Seriously, this is so delusional. Baby mamas like this don't deserve pity. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more compelling stories.